To put it bluntly,
Accessibility podcast called To Put It Bluntly.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Put It Bluntly. We are on episode 2 of season 2, and I am joined once again by my glorious co-assistant Cameron Keywood.
As co-manager to you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep, I'm here as well, as ever, and we have a very special guest today who will introduce himself in a moment. But I just want to say before we do that, it's my co-host's birthday today.
Another year older.
As a recording, doesn't look a day over 37.
Prick.
Anyway, so this is the part of the podcast where I will sing happy birthday in Welsh to him. Join in if you know the words, people. You don't?
He's got it up on the internet because he doesn't actually know it from heart.
Yeah.
You saw the screen colour change as he did it.
Right, you ready?
Go on.
Pen Blood Happy CT. Pen Blood Happy CT. Pen Blood Happy C Wobbles. Pen Blood Happy CT. I knew the first bit. Pen Blood Happy. I didn't know the to you. There we
So,
go.
yeah, my birthday.
Our guest will introduce himself now after that interlude of music.
It's a hard thing to follow up, but my name is Isaac Murphy. I work for a company called Lost in Cult. We do lots of physical media related to video games, from official design and art books to vinyls, tabletop role-playing games, and more things on the way as well. So I do a bit of writing for them. I manage the social media, newsletter bits. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah, like I've seen the magazine because we were at an event together and our booths were right next to each other, and like everyone else that was on the booth with music, I bought all the volumes. And I was looking, and I was like, they're really well designed, really nice, like artwork, really well thought out articles as well. So yeah, there'll be a link to that in the chat. But what got you started with Lost in Cult?
Well, I was finishing my master's degree in journalism at Cardiff Uni, and as part of the course, you go off for a couple of weeks and do a work placement. And just on the off chance, I was like, I'm going to guess some people's email addresses at Lost in Cult because I like their stuff, and I would like to be involved. So just did a few, first names at Lost in Cult.
John at Lost in Cult, yeah. Tom at Lost in Cult in the hope that, I love that. That is incredible.
And luckily, one of them didn't bounce, so I got a response, and they were like, "Yeah, come and do like a couple of weeks with us." And then I just kind of stuck around, really. Yeah, I did them my couple of weeks, and then I said, "Well, can I stay, please?" And they said, "Yes."
Just please. I've been good.
Please,
You
can I
did
stay?
ask, you did ask nicely. Yeah, you asked
Yeah,
nicely. So.
very politely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just was like, "Can I stick around? I'd love to stay here." So I deferred my course, carried on working, and then managed to finish my course. But I'm also still working at Lost in Cult, so a win-win really for me.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
I love that. So you kind of was you always wanting to get into game journalism, or was it not something that you'd thought about? Because I'm guessing you like games.
I do like games.
Yeah,
very much.
I
hate games.
Yeah. You're on the wrong podcast if you don't. Yeah.
I mean, I always played games, so it was like I want to do something games related. And I actually started off. I went to drama school. Was my first bit of training I did, and then it's quite tricky, as a lot of actors and performers and voice actors know out there. So I was like, right, I need something that can give me a bit of extra cash. So I chose a similarly volatile and competitive industry of journalism. And I didn't always think video games. But when it got to choosing my place I want to go, I was like, I'm missing a trick not talking about games. Like, it's what I do in my spare time. It's something I love, something I always keep up to date on. So I'm just shooting myself in the foot if I don't go down the games route.
No, I love that. So, what kind of sparked your gaming interest? Was it? I know we've already had about a 30-second fanboy of Oblivion, which we'll talk about later on. But what was your like first console, and what kind of caused you to fall in love with gaming as a hobby?
I think the first console I can remember is probably the Game Boy Advance. And I played Pokemon Fire Red.
Oh, it's what game?
Probably my earliest gaming memory. Yeah, so I still love Pokemon now, but I think that and the sort of bringing the Game Boy into like sneaking it in to play at lunchtimes at school and stuff, and trading with people, battling people. I really enjoyed the community around that, as well as just the magic of a Pokemon game, being able to go around this huge landmass. And I think I've kind of stayed like that in terms of my gaming interests. So like I love anything RPG, anything that's open world. So the second one that when I was a bit older really got me into games was Oblivion for sure. My mate lent it to me on the Xbox 360, and I never gave it back. I just loved it. I couldn't believe that there was such this rich world you could go and explore, and at the time it looked like an oil painting.
Yeah.
To young Isaac, I
At
was like,
the,
this is
at the
incredible.
time being the key
Yeah,
part.
Yeah.
I stress at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I still love it because of there's a kind of nostalgic link to it, I guess. But I
Yeah,
remember a few years ago I went back to it for the first time since I was probably about 14. I got out of the Imperial sewers, and there's that that first look you see with the alien ruin.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I was like, wow, oh my
That's
god.
the scene
And then
I always talk about when people say to me, "What's your like most vivid gaming memory?" And I'm like, "It's when you get out of the sewer in Oblivion, and the screen goes bright, and then you just get that ruins and the scene behind it, and that's oh
it's great, and it's kind of like go play, go
Yeah.
have fun, do what
Yeah.
you want. There's a quest marker kind of if you want to go there, but just do what you want. The fact that they put an alien ruin unrelated to your any quest right in front of you is really nice. I think it's like you could do the quest, or you could just see what this is.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Bethesda do really well.
Mhm.
Like Fallout 3 similarly. I remember playing that, and you first get out of the vault, your eyes
Yeah. The white.
sort of adjust to the light, and again it's almost the opposite, that it's instead of this luscious green lands of
Well,
Cyrodiil, it's
yeah.
just green. Greeny browny mess, but you're like, wow, this looks fun.
Let's go and kill some people. It's great. I love that. And with regards to like you've kind of dipped a little bit into what you do and how you've ended up there. So what's your like 9 to 5 job entail? Because you kind of told you sounds like you do a lot of different things.
You wear many hats, you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of people at Lost in Cult wear a lot of hats. My official job title is digital producer,
That's
but
a cool
that
one.
That's I
Yeah.
like that. That's a very cool title. That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's up there.
it's like it's broad enough for me to kind of
Yeah,
to wear those
exactly.
many hats. Yeah, I think because the company, it's still a quite young company. It started in 2020, and it started off with, well, our founder John and like a couple of other people really, and now we're nearly a team of probably 20. Then that's not including the wonderful artists and writers that contribute to all the books as well. Yeah, and I guess so. The 9 to 5 for me would be a lot of it is spent sort of looking at our social media, sort of scheduling that, looking at gaming news, pushing all our wonderful products, making sure people know about them. We've got a lot of sort of exciting things coming up this year. I think it's going to be a good year for Lost in Cult. I also do sort of video work, so I do some of our trailers, our product trailers, and I also go to events every now and again and do sort of on the ground, sort of roaming, recording or filming. I did some at WASD last year and the year before that. I've done some at Gamescom as well, just kind of roaming around with the microphone, getting beaten up by cosplayers in Mortal Kombat cosplays.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. It sounds like no day's the same.
Yeah, I think it's because the amount of the variety of stuff we have on, the variety of different projects we're involved in. There's so much to explore and to do, and I think the variety kind of keeps me going, so to say. I've got ADHD, so I'm sure anyone else with it can probably agree that variety is the spice of life sometimes, with that sort of novelty, new things, new toys to play with, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of that at Lost in Cult because we're John, our founder, is always kind of looking 2 steps ahead of new projects he wants to sign or new things he wants to make. So we've always got a really exciting pipeline of things to
Yeah.
look forward to.
So Cameron touched on the fact you live in Wales at least.
Yeah, Living Wales.
Yeah, I was gonna. So where did you go to like uni and stuff? Because you, yeah, how have you? Is Lost in Cult based out of Wales or is it?
It's not. Lost in Cult is based in Cirencester in Gloucestershire,
Yeah,
but there is only a handful of people that work in the office.
Yeah.
Everyone else, we've got people in the States, we've got people in Spain, Wales, England, and probably missing some places, but we're near enough sort of fully remote. Yeah, so it's a real mixture of places, but it's nice being in Wales. I think I'm from London originally. My wife's Welsh. That's why I moved here. But it's nice to have this. There's quite a nice gaming scene in Cardiff.
yeah,
There's a really good
Yeah.
group I'm part of called the Game Dev Cardiff. Lots of local game developers here and sort of developer adjacent people like myself who are games media. And it's really nice to have that group. And there's Bristol Games Hub just across the river as well. So there's a lot of sort of games activity and game dev activity down here, and a few of the unis offer game developer courses and things like that. So
no, it's good.
it's nice here.
Yeah,
Thinking of moving, you Wobbs?
I'm not sure Mrs. Wobbles would approve. It'd be a bit too far away from the regular babysitters. I'm not gonna lie.
You could see Barry Island, though.
Come and see Barry Island, yeah. Leave Taz with Cameron when we want to go on a date night. That won't end badly at all.
No.
Yeah. So how long have you worked at Lost in Cult? Because you.
Since let's have a think. I think since I did that sort of work placement, that was April 2023, and then I started full time October 2023.
Oh, so not very. Yeah,
I
no.
guess
Not
Yeah.
not very long. That's
so
cool.
coming up to kind of 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full, yeah, it'd be 2 years in April since I started my work placement there, and then
So-
just hung around like a bad smell.
No,
I
that's
can just
never.
imagine like your email sent box, like every name under the sun at Lost
Yeah.
in Cult all rejected, and there's the one that goes through. Yeah. So if you're trying to get a job, people just write every name at the company you want to work at.com. It may work out.
It may
That's
work
the moral
out.
of the story.
Yeah. So, what's your favourite Lost in Cult product? We'd like to I know you work for we always like to try and promote the company that you work for, and yeah. What's your favourite?
Link will be in the dump anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could you-
that's a tricky question.
Because you said they do lots of different kind of products, books, and things like that. I like to throw a random question out there like that occasionally. Yeah. What's your favourite Lost in Cult product?
Oh, I think of the ones that are out at the moment, I'm gonna say Mansion. Well, its full title is The Horror Mansion, and it's the first in a series of books about horror spaces in games. And this one is all about haunted houses. So it's got a lot of Resident Evil bits in there, and things like that. And I think it's my favorite looks wise. The design of it is so nice.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
pages are
cover.
black.
Like,
Yeah, I was just looking at it. It looks, yeah. I said that's why I asked. It looks so good. Yeah.
It's a really beautiful one. I think that's probably one of my favorites. We've also got some really nice vinyls. We've got a Citizen Sleeper vinyl, and the original one was we did like a pre-order version. It was like a pink color. I can't remember what type of pink it was, but it's very beautiful.
Oh yeah, I've just
And
found that.
there's I think the standard one's still available, equally as beautiful, and the cover's really really nice. It's got
Is this
art from the
Citizen
game.
Magenta? Citizen
That's the
Magenta.
magenta. That's the color. I should have known
Yeah.
that, and I get a slap on the wrist now.
Yeah. Remember the printer? It's the best thing.
Yeah, it's got some nice art on it from Guillaume Songelin, who's the game artist for Citizen Sleeper. I think our Citizen Sleeper stuff's really really nice. We've got a design works book as well, which takes you through the creation of the game, and that's really nice because it's just such a gorgeous game. And upcoming, we've got a Slay the Princess, the Pristine Cut vinyl coming out, which I'm very excited for because Brandon Boone, the composer, his work is incredible. I love his soundtracks for Slay the Princess and Scarlet Hollow as well. He won a Sony Music Award, I'm pretty sure, at the end of last year. So he's the award-winning Brandon Boone.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
amazing
honestly.
soundtrack.
I'm just having a proper look through the store now. It's if you're listening and you are into games, please go and look. It's incredible. Sorry, getting distracted.
Yeah, we're getting distracted. Both getting
No,
distracted.
yeah, we're
by
both
the,
getting distracted now. Yeah.
The lovely artwork.
And what's your gaming hobbies at the minute? What games are you currently playing?
Oh, what am I playing? Oh, so this morning I, for the first time, played Balatro.
Ooh, we'll see you in 5
Because-
years.
Yeah, so I've avoided it like the plague for that reason because
I've got it.
Cam said to me, "Don't start because you won't stop."
I've got it.
Oh,
I am starting.
it's dangerous. Like I usually play like my quote unquote phone game. Game I play on my phone if I don't have a handheld or whatever with me. Is usually Slay the Spire. But everyone was telling me to try Balatro, so I was like, okay, let's give it a go. I've avoided it for this long, but I'll try. And
Yeah, it's really good, but like people said, it's addictive. Like, especially for addictive personality in like card game. Yeah, it's a recipe for disaster.
It feels dangerous already. I'm
Yeah.
surprised I'm even here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got a message. Sorry, lads, I can't join the pod. Balatro ... Yeah.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah, that's fine. We'll reschedule. Don't worry.
We'll get you on for season 4.
Yeah.
What have you been playing?
What's that?
What have you been playing?
I've been doing a rerun of Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh,
because I'd always got like 3/4 of the way through it and then got distracted. And with the second one being released in 20, it's even 20 days. It's about 20 days now, isn't it? Yeah. I've set myself a stream target of I've promised a friend of the channel who also streams, if I don't get the first one done by the release of the second one, I'll give them 5 gifties, just so I have that incentive to go and get it finished. But I keep getting sidetracked. I'm like, oh, there's a side quest that I can do here. Oh, I'm just so bad at it, and I'm enjoying it, and I cannot wait for the second one. It's honestly, if you like games like we've been speaking about, Oblivion and the RPG, and games where you can just get lost, please go and play it and just become Henry of Skalitz, because it's such a good game.
I concur. It's incredible. I feel like it really has that Oblivion energy to it in a lot of ways.
You just
the combat put me off. See,
the combat is very, very hard. So there's a regular on my channel as well called Mr. Pout Pout, who is just as big a fan as me of it, and he came in last night, and I've got like for a good chunk of this quest line, and he was like, "You're still bad at the combat because you haven't gone and practiced it for 2 hours." I'm like, "Yes, but I haven't got time to go and practice it for 2 hours, Cameron. Sorry. So leave me alone, and I'm going to carry on, hopefully, willfully hitting at enemies with a sword and hope I kill them." But no, yeah, it's so good, and the second one I am so excited for. There's a lot of games coming out this month that I've got a lot of interest in. So the next 4 weeks is going to be filled up of Kingdom Come 1 and 2. We've got The Resistance by Sniper Elite, which I love the Sniper Elite games because I like my history games, like World War II based shooters. and we've got Shadows from Assassin's Creed at Ubisoft. So the next kind of, and then Atomfall again by Sniper Elite. It's going to be a
Brilliant,
busy.
yeah.
It's going to be a busy few weeks.
Yep.
And Cameron, I
Yeah.
believe you've got yourself stuck in a Persona wormhole.
Yeah, I just started Persona for the first time. Been playing Persona 3. Really enjoying it. The music's amazing. And I've had 4 and 5. I've had 4 and 5 for years, and 3, but I just haven't got around to playing them. But the Persona 3 Reload came out. And I had it for Christmas, so yeah, give it a go. And I'm really enjoying it. Bit, I don't know how to put it. It's a bit anime sort of thing for you, like, characters going, huh?
So I
Like that.
played Persona. I want to say 3 Reloaded at EGX, and I couldn't. I didn't play it personally. I watched someone play it, and the art style just looks incredible, but it's not my kind of cup of tea.
Yeah.
Which I think you said to me as well, Cameron. You were like, I don't think you'll get stuck into
Yeah,
it.
you're playing Kingdom Come. I can't see you just moving straight to.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I'm really enjoying it.
shall we move on to the next segment, because all 3 of us have got some gaming news we would like to discuss. So we will move on swiftly over to patch notes, and we'd like to thank Isaac for introducing himself, telling him a bit about himself and the stuff he does with Lost in Cult.
Accessibility podcast called to put it bluntly.
Hello, everyone. We are back for Patch Notes, our weekly news roundup, and boy, we're starting with a fun one. This my one to go, and let me get my news up. This year's Awesome Games Done Quickly included someone speedrunning an Elden Ring boss rush with a saxophone. You hear that right? A saxophone. So, Dr. Doot, hell of a name by the way, played Elden Ring with a saxophone.
Is it an actual saxophone or a toy like kids one with the buttons on it, or
It is, I believe, a real one. Yep, it's a real one. Yeah.
how? That is just ingenious.
But yeah, that's Awesome Games Done Quickly is like done every year. They've raised over £44 million for charities worldwide since
Wow.
2010. They have a summer one as well, but I just thought I'd bring that along. Just
Bit of lightheartedness.
yeah,
I'm still.
Elden Ring on a saxophone in 29 minutes 22 seconds.
I'm sorry. The most impressive one I've seen, and we all know my love for Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Just a hint of sarcasm in there. That they completed it on the bongos from Donkey Kong bongos, and that for me is still the most impressive. Nothing will beat that, I'm afraid. There's people doing it on dance mats and things like that, but the bongos from Donkey Kong just
What if a monkey beat it with the bongos?
that would make it even better. But I just think you've gone and completed the hardest game, whatever they want to claim it is, on bongos from Donkey Kong. It's just that's what I'm here for. That's a bit of gaming ingenuity and impressiveness.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, Awesome Games Done Quickly. Like I said every year.
44
January, I think, is
million
a summer one.
is mad.
44 million, yeah.
That's a hell of an
But,
achievement.
Wobbles, what's your news?
So we've had this week the announcement of Dawnwalker. So the Blood of Dawnwalker is a single-player open-world dark fantasy action RPG with a strong focus on story and narrative. It's brought to you by a Polish development studio called Rebel Wolves. So they've got a large amount of tie-ins to CD Projekt Red, and apparently a few devs have come over from Witcher 3, and obviously it's now being pitted against Witcher 4, and I hate to see that comparison straight away. It's oh my god, it's going to be Witcher 3 again, and it's like just let them create their own identity, let them create their own game. Let's not start pitting them against
their first game as well.
Yeah, their first game. Let's not start pitting them against the biggest game, one of the biggest games and most successful RPG games arguably ever. Let's not put them head to head against the next iteration in that series, please. And we've obviously got the DEI the anti DEI group, Mr. Grums himself, and that backing it and saying it's got no DEI ties. It's going to be Witcher 4 but good, and it's just let them people make a game that's not straight away and not in the spotlight, because you want a good game to be in the spotlight, but not in the spotlight for negative comparisons or comparing it against The Witcher or making The Witcher look like The Witcher 4 is going to be terrible. Let's just enjoy games for being games, please. That's what we're all here for at the end of the day. Let's just
Yeah, it's a shame really with there's always going to be them comparisons. I think when a ton of ex-BioWare employees left to start the studio, and immediately I think their thing was it's just Mass Effect.
Yeah.
By different people. It's just,
it's what you're going to get, unfortunately, and I just don't think it's fair. Dawnwalkers looks really good. It was a 2-minute video. It's a lot of cinematics. In the video. There's not much gameplay yet, or I don't think there's any gameplay at all. But it just looks like it could be good fun. Yeah, that's really kind of it. There wasn't a lot to go from the trailer. Very vampire heavy, very hack and slash. It looks like it could be a good game. No dates yet, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like a good announcement, and hopefully could be a good game to play if you do like that kind of RPG fantasy genre, which I do dabble in.
Yep. Really. And well, you two can now take over. It's a very, very Oblivion heavy episode. So Isaac, you have some news about Oblivion?
Yes. So I don't usually pay too much attention to rumors and leaks and stuff, because it's not verified, and it's usually quite tricky to tell how much of it is true or not.
Yeah.
I think I've let kind of my excitement
I
get
did the
best of me
same
here.
thing.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of betraying my own kind of morals on that thing, I guess. But there's been news of an Oblivion remake. It's reported to be, some outlets have said it might be here in June. Some outlets have said it could be announced at the Developer Direct. Others have said it won't be. The Developer Direct being the Xbox showcase at the end of the month.
23rd, I think.
23rd, yeah.
Because there's a mystery game there, and it would make sense, but we'll see. Singaporean developer who have co-developed quite a number of other games, including the upcoming Snake Eater remake, Metal Gear Solid Delta. They also co-developed. Well, they did some additional development for the Suicide Squad game, Hogwarts Legacy, and the Nier Automata Switch port as well. So they've got quite
a mixture.
And they've got a few,
quite a mixture.
And the fact they've done remakes with Snake Eater and things like that is kind of a sign that they could be used to make this. Cameron linked me on Twitter to someone saying that rumors are that it's not even just a graphical remaster, that they've remastered the gameplay and done lots of actual proper work to it instead of just porting it. And I'm very much like you. I'm like, don't get ahead with the leaks. Let's not get excited. And then I saw it, and then I might have messaged someone I know that works at Bethesda and be like, if this happens, I'm going to cry.
It's just like, I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, no comment. And it was like, yeah, that's fine. I know you can't. But I was like, if this happens, I'm going to cry, because, like you said, Oblivion for me was just the game. And someone once asked me at an event, like in front of quite a few number of people, what's the one thing you'd want in gaming? And I just straight went, an Oblivion remaster, please. It's not even there's no hesitation there. It's the same answer every time. And yeah, so I'm trying not to go like ultra fanboy and be like, oh my god, it's coming. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, it's coming.
It's that kind of what if in the back of your head, isn't it? It's like,
it makes sense for Bethesda, because like Cameron said last week, we had the Elder Scrolls 6 announcement how many years ago?
2,700 and it was 3 then, so probably
Yeah.
like 2,710 now.
Yeah, 2,710 days ago. So the people that aren't into necessarily Fallout and Starfield would like a Elder Scrolls game to get them in between. And I think that could be it. And the timing's right for me from Bethesda because it just makes sense for them to drop that now. I feel like with the success of the Fallout TV series, the success of Indiana Jones,
Yeah.
Bethesda are on a kind of bit of a winning streak after Starfield's launch, which wasn't as strong as I can imagine they expected it to be. But no, if it happens, there's high chances Wobbles cries on a stream. It's happened once before, and it could happen again.
I'm sorry I was mean to you, but you didn't have to cry.
You brought my pet goldfish into it. There was no need, okay?
Well, it's not my fault he weren't moving.
But I know remasters sometimes get a lot of slander, but certain games would just make so much sense to remaster, and I feel like it is them cult classics, the Oblivions, the Simpsons hit and runs. There's rumors of Pokemon wanting to do remasters, isn't there, as well? Because their latest games just don't hit the same as Pokemon Fire Red or Pokemon Yellow, or
Yeah, I think there's too many now. Like, I've never been into Pokemon personally, but like most people I know like really like Pokemon. They're like, oh, only even like Gen 1. They don't even know like all the other gens. Kind of, but yeah, like I said, I'm more of a Yu-Gi-Oh guy.
They're still selling fantastically the new Pokemon games.
Oh
like-
yeah,
they
without
always
doubt, they
will,
always
yeah.
will. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You can't
But
exactly say it's not exactly a dying
No.
dying world, is it? Pokemon just goes from strength to strength to strength.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, and like the TCG app as the
Oh,
mobile
don't
game that
I
they
Yeah.
I started it, and then swiftly was like, nope, let's not fall down this rabbit hole.
Already spent enough on FIFA.
Yeah, I've already got an FC point addiction. Let's not develop a mobile gaming addiction as well. That won't be helpful.
No.
But yeah, it's this year I feel like could be massive for single players. Like everyone knows my love for multiplayer games, and everyone makes the joke in my streams that single player games I just don't complete because I don't. I get sidetracked and go on to the next game. But I feel like this year there's a list of games that actually I'm like, right, I could probably sit and complete them with the likes of Sniper Elite, Kingdom Come. And think if
Yeah.
you get an Oblivion thrown in there and Mathew and Borderlands, I feel like it could be just a year full of games that we might not be getting first editions, like first iterations of them, but we're going to be getting some great games that are the second, the third, or the fourth in a series. I feel like with Mathew as well, or the Old Country, it feels like we're just going to be playing games this year and getting lost in world, especially like our generation of gamers. I don't actually know how old you are, Isaac. I could be making you seem a lot older than you are.
I'm 27.
Okay, yeah, so you're not too far behind.
Yeah.
I'm 32 today. Yeah, and I feel like
28?
yeah. So you and
Am I
Cameron are a lot closer.
I think I'm
Yeah,
28. I think I'm 28. I keep getting confused now. Since 26, I've been like, am I 28?
and I do feel like massively we're going to see games of our age slowly making a return. Like you've said that there's that question mark game coming from the developer direct, and it's people going, oh my god, is it a new Halo? Is it an Oblivion remake? And it's all titles that I played as a kid that really capsulated me into gaming and dragged me into the world of gaming and doing what I'm doing now. And it could be a massive year.
I'd be intrigued to see how new audiences, if this Oblivion remake does happen, I'd be intrigued to see how people who've perhaps played Skyrim and are then,
Yeah.
going into Oblivion, apart from that blind or the remake, I'd be interested to see how they feel. Because it's just because it's an older game, but it feels a lot campier. It feels a lot less serious, but I don't know how much of that is because it's the the original version of Oblivion is just a bit janky.
Oh,
Just
it's the
fun.
jankiness that made it, didn't it? It was
Yeah.
the fun you could have with just if you did get in a hard fight, there was normally a corner nearby you could sit yourself in, and the enemies couldn't quite get you in that corner, and you could just stab them repeatedly. And yeah, it it has that jankiness, and it's the same as Kingdom Come One. Playing that, me and Pout were talking about that in my stream, saying it's the jankiness that kind of makes it. It's a game that isn't quite perfect, but it's good enough for you to forget about the non-perfectness. And that's what Bethesda have always, in my eyes, have always kind of been known for, was a Bethesda game on launch was always going to have issues.
Yeah, well, Bugthesda.
Yeah, Bugfesta as they've been known, and yeah, I feel like that's we forget gamers specific like forget especially that games were never perfect. We just have this massive love for them and the nostalgia. We're always looking for the next nostalgia hit rather than the next perfect game. I feel like our generation specifically, we want that moment again where you leave the sewers in Oblivion, like you said earlier on, and the world opens up around you, and you want that feeling of, oh my god, I get to explore all of this again.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this year brings a lot of that.
It's just, I think everything's waiting for GTA to announce a release date. I reckon once GTA say, oh, we're releasing October, blah, 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 you'll see like an influx within the next week or two of people announcing either before or after GTA. Because everyone's just waiting. It's a game of chicken, I think, with GTA.
Yeah, of course it is.
I think everyone's just waiting because they do not want to release the same week as GTA, maybe even the same month as GTA.
No, it's just going to be the big. I think it's going to be the biggest game launch we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Shall we move on to the charity challenge?
Ooh,
And-
the very first ever.
Yeah, and test Isaac's gaming knowledge.
Accessibility podcast called To Put It Bluntly.
Welcome back, everybody. We are now going to do the first ever charity challenge on the stream. So Cam introduced it on the stream. That's out of habit on the podcast. Cameron introduced it last week in our first episode, and we will be asking Isaac 5 questions on a game of his choice, and then we will go to a tiebreaker round. And at the end of the series, we will have pitted all of our guests against one of each other. Each of them has nominated a chosen charity that Cameron knows of, and the winner of the series will then have £50 donated to the charity of their choice from myself and Cameron. So, I don't know if you would have gathered this by now, but Isaac is a bit of an Oblivion fan. And I got very excited when Cameron messaged me and was like, by the way, Isaac's picked Oblivion for his 5 questions. So, Isaac has already confessed he's been researching and reading up on his Oblivion knowledge. We'll start off a little bit on the easier side. I will pass over to Cameron, then we'll come back to myself and move forward. We haven't got any cheesy music, so I can't even do a countdown intro or anything like that. But Isaac, what is the named location of the first Oblivion gate?
Oh no. Kvatch?
Yes! Ding 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 ding
Oh
ding
my
ding ding!
God.
He got it!
Yeah, you go.
I think
That's
it's scarier having a fellow Oblivion fan doing the questions. It's going to be harder.
No, I didn't go. I said to Cameron I could go ridiculously like left field. I was like, no, I won't be that. I won't be that mean.
right. So
That's kind of you.
Yeah. So question 2 is, what is the name of the main character's prison cellmate at the start of the game?
Oh no.
It makes you feel better. If it makes you feel better, I forgot.
I know he's a dark elf. My head's saying it's something like Arendrelis?
Ooh, that's very close.
That's-
Valandreth.
That's so close.
That was quite close, yeah.
Ah, bugger.
So
Wobbles?
in the series or the game, you come across the Dark Brotherhood, who obviously make you murder people for them. What is the name of the spiritual leader of the Dark Brotherhood? Or what are they known as?
Oh, okay. The Night Mother.
Yep. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Oh,
I would have taken the name or the Night Mother. Yeah, there you go. Well done.
oh.
On to the next question.
Question 4. Which rare plant can only be found in the plains of Oblivion and is used in alchemy for creating potions with powerful effects?
Bloodgrass.
Ooh, I might have to check a minute.
I believe that is the alternative name for it, Cameron, because I said it was red
Okay.
and couldn't remember the name of it.
No, they're different.
Although they are different, yeah.
Yeah. The answer was Harada.
Ah, okay.
So,
Damn.
bloodgrass grows outside the gates. So, as you go into the gates, you can harvest bloodgrass.
I see. Oh, damn.
I wouldn't have got because I said it was red, thinking of bloodgrass, but it's not. That's close. I'll give you
Ah.
that. And then Cameron's got the final question as well.
Wait a second. Have I?
You got the multiple choice one.
Oh, the other choice one's really easy.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, but you need the fifth question. This is me and
Okay.
Cameron, like Bill and Ben. We're sorry.
No,
I thought that's the one you were going to do second.
if I know. Who is the Blade Master in the arena? Baurus, the Grey Prince, Owen, Lucian LeChance.
Owen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
that's 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. That's a good solid start because, like we said, everyone gets to pick their own niche, but we do ask some hard questions. We do have to do the tiebreaker if it comes to the point at the end of the series where first place has a matching score. So we are going to give you 30 seconds, and you have got to name as many names beginning with a letter that I am going to. Any game, and I'm going to use a random letter generator online, and you have got to name as many games as you can beginning with that letter.
If it's X, I'm walking into the sea.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I would genuinely respin it
Yeah,
for X or Z. Yeah.
X and Z
Yeah.
we're redoing.
Right. So
Oh, there are quite a few Xenoblade Chronicles, but
Yes.
So you have got the letter C. C as in circus.
Time starts.
Hold on, let me get my clock up.
I hope you said clock then, for God's sake.
Yeah, I did. Right.
are we on?
Not yet. I've given you
Oh, okay.
a couple of seconds to think. Ready. Steady. Cameron, are you counting, yeah?
Yeah.
If you count, I'll do the timing. Go.
Oh no. Oh no. I can't think of any games. I've never played a game before. What is games? Clock Tower. Clock Tower 2. Clock Tower 3. Oh no. I can't think of any games beginning with C. I'm like scanning through my Steam library in my head.
Yeah, that's your time up.
Oh, that was bad. That was.
If it
real
makes you
bad.
feel better, I can't think of any with C.
I'm going to say 3 words and you're both going to kick yourselves. Call of Duty.
Oh my god.
Oh, you.
Could you imagine how many you could have done if you just...
Who had Call of Duty? You could literally go on Call of Duty. Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 4, 5, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Yeah, you would have.
If it makes you
If you
feel
would-
better, I feel like every single guest is going to do the exact same thing you've just done and crumble.
You got 3. You got Clockwork, Clock Tower.
Clock Tower 1 and 2. Clock Tower 2 and 3. There is 3, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh, thank God. And there's a remaster, but there's just Clock Tower 1, whatever. I can't
yeah,
even
Clock
know the
Tower 1,
remaster
2,
name.
and 3. Yeah.
God.
No, don't worry. I feel like that's going to... I would freeze the moment anyone said to me, can you name a game that begins with any letter?
The fact that Call of Duty is CA, like it would have been the first that came up if you looked at it alphabetically. and then-
Yeah.
You'd have been,
Oh,
you'd have
no.
been
I went-
laughing. You would have been laughing your
It was
way.
a
Yeah.
clock tower. Well, it's in that book I mentioned earlier, Mansion. That's probably why.
Yeah, it's on the brain.
Yeah.
I'll still say congratulations. We will let
Yep.
you know if. What was your chosen charity?
My chosen charity is Chapter Arts Centre. It's an arts and community centre in Cardiff. They do a lot of free art galleries, but also a lot of community events. They have free lunches for children in the holidays, as well as a lot of free events. So there is no sort of financial
No
limit
charge. Yeah.
on people doing things. Yeah, and they also have a community larder, which is a bit like a food bank. People can just go to the community to Chapter Arts Centre. There's food there. They don't have to talk to anyone. They don't have to register anything. There's a larder there. They can take food and they can take it home with them. And that's just open to everyone. You don't have to be a paying customer or anything. I really like the work the chapter do, and they're quite an important part of Cardiff, I think.
No, I love that. That's nice local
Yep.
charity. I really
It'll all
love that.
be in the dump. Yeah. Other games you could have had just to make you feel a bit better. Cyberpunk 2077, Cuphead, Cult of the Lamb,
Oh no!
Crisis.
There's
Crisis
not-
2, Crisis
There
3.
isn't a game you're working on or worked on that begins with a C, is there, that you're going to get some stick for?
Not that I
Crusader.
know of. I hope not.
No.
Crusader Kings.
Yeah, no,
Crash Bandicoot.
I feel
Yeah.
like you're not going to be anyone that freezes. Don't worry. I feel like a lot of people are going to do the exact same, which is why we've done it that way. No, Isaac, I say all the links to your socials will be in the dump. We'll also put all your work stuff and links to the store and things like that. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you on as our first guest for season 2, because you do something so different to anyone we've had before. It's not
Yeah.
like you sit and make games or develop them. You do something so different, and it's really interesting to see a whole other side of the industry. So we will hopefully speak to you again at some point soon. And that is the end of episode 2, season 2 of To Put It Bluntly. I've been the Wobbly Gamer,
I've been Cameron Keywood.
and thank you very much for listening.
To put it bluntly,
Accessisouls